Karl, you're just going to have, I know you get butthurt by me. I know you're obsessed with me. I know you pretend like you don't watch what I do, but you watch everything I do. I have actual proof, Karl. So I know you like to gaslight the audience and you try your hardest to turn people against me. But guess what, Karl? They're not buying it. They're not taking the bait. They've already been manipulated. You've already shown your true colors. They see through it. At least the smart people do. So let's get to it. Let's watch. Karl, this is from Hughesy's show.
A fan of him.
So watch this. Watch how angry Karl gets because Hughes likes me.
He seems like General Z, the Z-Man. He's really out to get certain people, and I find it hilarious.
Karl, why aren't you smiling? Going, oh my God, oh my God. Why are you frowning when my name comes up, Karl? Because you're always like, oh my God, he's a liar. He's a piece of shit. But now he's a...
Because I'm part of the Z Nation. I'm a mud forever type.
Yeah.
But I just think that this thing's getting fucking nuts. Do you know, I mean, Lemmy, the fact that
Look at Karl just seething.
And John, first time he ever spoke to you within 45...
This is going great.
Yeah. Within 45 seconds, he asked you about taking it in the back door.
I'm finding reports that Karl was noticeably upset that Little Lemmy and Hughesy like me. He hates when people like me because that's not supposed to be the narrative for Karl. Karl wants to go back to what it used to be, where everyone was trying to pile on and they were trying to make me the next Stuttering John. He wants to go back when him and Steel Toe were friends and they were texting each other and hanging out. But this is what it is, Karl. I took your shit universe, the Dabbleverse, and I took it over. I'm the guy. I had no help. I don't surround myself with ball washers and fake laughers like Chris, the producer. I just came in and I took over and I called out everybody, all of you, Karl, and you hate it. You hate it. And you'll desperately try to spin it that I'm the problem and I'm not funny. But it backfires because you don't have that clout. You're not the guy that you claim to be. This is when I knew Karl was dumb. When I was in my civil war with Kevin Brennan and he struck my channel. Well, he had Adam do it. And it did take some momentum out of my whatever I was doing at the time. And I was kind of desperate. I didn't want to lose my channel. So I go, everyone says Karl knows everything. So I'm going to email Karl. And then he told me what I needed to do. And I remember just reading going, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about either. Karl doesn't know what he's talking about either. So, and we're going to get into some more clips of how Karl looks at things through his lens and then he tries to spin it into reality. This is what it is, and it's not. This is something, this is nothing. This is something, this is nothing. But he constantly does that, and he lies nonstop. And I'm going to point it all out, but let me, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Hughesy. Continue.
Near where you live, like, what's going to stop him from turning up?
Turn down for what? Go, Karl, go.
Your audio's off.
I'm not sure I can say what.
Let's go, Karl, the professional.
Can stop him from entering my property on live television.
Yeah. But do you not think so, Karl? Because like your whole lifestyle is sort of around the income you've built from your show and all this stuff. But there's now people actively going after channels and flagging and all this type of shit.
Yeah.
Like, does it ever not make you a little bit cautious where you think maybe I should take a break from this kind of stuff? Maybe.
You remember Karl was like in bed with Chrissy Mayer and Frank, but now like Chrissy and Karl, now Chrissy doesn't go on Karl's show anymore, but they were all trying to pile on. I haven't forgotten.
I shouldn't target these nut jobs.
Well, I actually think there should be way more doxing going on. It's not enough, in my opinion. I was actually going to give out Stuttering John's cell phone number on your show, if that's cool. It's 747-867-5309. Go ahead and call Stuttering John Melendez. Shoot him a text. He loves to hear from the fans out there. I'm calling for much more doxing.
I'll do the fingering.
Yes.
Wait, I take it back.
But
Karl,
I don't know. I just think that
Karl, I take it back. You really are funny. That was hilarious.
it is getting worse. And now we've got Stuttering John, who really seems to be surrounding himself with the lower of the low. Like, what's this? The guy with the mask. What's his name?
Clay Dabbler.
Has he really got nothing else going on other than he wants to sit there and agree with Stuttering John all night?
I think he's probably turning down a lot of invitations to hang out with girls and go to clubs and go to parties. And he's just like, he's very popular,
More comedy from Karl, everybody.
but he's also very loyal to his buddy John. So he stays home and does that. Don't you think so? Doesn't he seem like a really popular guy who has a lot of friends and his fingers probably reek like pussy?
This is coming from Karl. Karl, look at you. You date a 55-year-old woman. Shut up. Do you have any perspective on what you are and what you look like? Do you have any clue, any self-awareness of what you really are? I know you said in what clip that you were a cool guy growing up, like you used to skateboard, play guitar, but you're not. You're a fucking dork. You epitomize dorks. You're the quintessential dork. You're the same guy who went on Chrissy Mayer's show and wished her a happy Star Wars day while you had Star Wars toys behind you. It's kind of funny how you can't find them anymore. Where did you take them down? Did you get made fun of? Didn't you criticize Ray for having Star Wars toys, but yet you tell people may the 4th be with you? All right, let's get to this clip because Karl's back to talking about me after he pretends like he doesn't know what I'm up to or what I'm doing. So anyways, I go on Ryan's show, and this is him talking with Chris, the talented producer, and everyone's favorite comedian, Pat Oates. All 42 views.
Hoppe Radio, Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe. Does anyone know who Ryan Hoppe is?
No.
Okay. He used to be on Rover's Morning Glory, a show out of Cleveland that was syndicated to...
Karl's doing his amazing setup, everybody. Karl likes to set up the scene.
My hometown of Rochester. And it took over for Howard Stern when Howard Stern went to satellite.
Yeah, we know.
And it set the industry ablaze.
Okay, so they're trying to make fun of Hoppe's description. Chris, the producer, Pat Oates, again, who gets no views.
The tension's a little high, don't you think?
Yes. No. What happened in 2016? What?
Yeah, what happened?
Karl's doing comedy, everybody.
What happened, Ryan? What happened? So
Here comes Karl's big line. You guys ready? Buckle up. Here it goes.
The reason why we're talking about this podcast is because he recently had a guest on.
Uh-oh.
By the name of Chad Zumock. Chad Zumock.
It's time.
Oh, wait. I was laughing over their huge benchmark bit that Cardiff made. Listen to how clever this is.
To mock Zumock.
It's time to mock Zumock. It's fucking brilliant. Genius. Fucking genius. The way you rhyme mock and Zumock. It's so funny. What a great benchmark. Way to play that, Karl.
So Chad comes on the show and they start doing this interview. Now, remember, in that description, we talked about, you never know which luminary is going to be sitting in the hot seat next.
Yeah, unlike Pat Oates. Pat Oates, the guy, we just went through his YouTube page. 44 views, 33 views. No following whatsoever.
That's crazy.
He doesn't leave Connecticut. His stand-up sucks.
The guest that he gets on the show, and not to be...
Quit mocking Zumock. Come on. This is hurting me.
Not to let us down, here we have Chad Zumock, and it turns out, Chad used to work for the Alan Cox Show.
We know.
And this guy used to work for
Rover's Morning Glory. All right.
And there's some type of rivalry because they're both Cleveland shows.
No.
And it seems
there's no rivalry. There's no rivalry.
It's like Ryan and Chad have a lot in common.
Watch how he twists this. This is Karl in a nutshell. The way he looks at everything through his lens, manipulates it, and then tries to sell it like it's fact. Just watch him at work. This is Karl in a nutshell.
When you have a dirty personal life and you're talking...
Now he's playing the audio from the podcast, and this is Ryan talking about Rover.
Talking about others, like when I got fired from Rover's show, Alan was the first one to announce it. He views my LinkedIn all the time, but he's a bitch because he doesn't reply because he knows that he's a coward.
These are the same guy.
Yeah.
That sounds like something Chad would say in a different voice.
Oh my God, we're the same guy. Karl, you dummy. We know what you're trying to do here. It's not working. These are the same guy. It's like Chad, and it sounds nothing like me. Nothing. First of all, the only reason you defend Alan or Rover because you hate me. So regardless, Karl's going to take their side, not knowing who these people really are. And he's trying to twist it like we're bitter ex workers, or we're just angry we got fired. I haven't been on that show in 12 fucking years. I brought up that one bit because Karl played it on his show, and that's the only way I knew about it. But I haven't spoken to Alan for fucking 12 years. I barely talk about him. And I'll tell stories about when I was on air because it was a big thing at the time.
He's a bitter ex-radio guy, like bitterness. Like you get that just from that one sentence. You're like, oh, this guy's bitter about.
Oh, he sounds like Imholt too.
Yes.
He sounds nothing like Aaron Imholt in that clip. He sounds nothing like him.
Yes. Another.
And Karl's like, yes. No, he doesn't. He doesn't sound like Aaron Imholt at all. And the one thing I'll defend Hoppe on is he got his ass beat on that show in Cleveland. They beat the living shit out of him, and they fired him in a really shitty way. So he's allowed to be a little angry. He's allowed to be a little pissed at what went down in Cleveland. They fucking chewed him up and spit him out and kicked him to the curb. I mean, it was that bad. So, Karl, you can go ahead and twist, oh, we're the same guy. We're bitter ex-employees. Are we? Are we? Let's see some more proof that I'm just a bitter ex-employee.
They want to.
Radio guy.
All sidekicks want to get together.
Now listen to Pat Oates here. He's about to tell you what radio's all about. This guy's a fucking genius.
To be like, it's like a lot of Vietnam vets who are like, the war was weird. We didn't know, we weren't winning. We weren't
Great
losing.
analogy.
No one remembers us.
Great
But
analogy.
We're here together, right? You also went through this, right? Like you were a bitch. That's what you were.
Yes.
I've been a third mic on many radio shows.
I
even
haven't.
if I'm not on them anymore, I thank them for the time. But who gives a fuck? And you move on. To hold on to it because these dummies thought.
How am I holding on to it, Pat Oates? First of all, Pat Oates, I was never a third mic on a show. You were. I went and dug up your radio career. You were an hourly employee, part-time employee. You're not a radio guy. You're just not. You barely were in radio. I was. The difference between Aaron on everyone, and I'll dare to say it, I was more successful in radio than Stuttering John. If you really want to break it down, I'm talking salary. Because John was obviously on a huge show. We all know. He'll tell you. Tune into a show probably right now. He'll talk about it. Tell you his whole resume. But he famously talked about how he only made 30 grand as a phone screener. 30,000 on one of the biggest radio shows in the world at the time. But he famously said, I made $30,000 as the phone screener. Now, if you really want to break it all down with Aaron Imholt, me, Karl's never been in radio. He seems to be an expert. And Pat Oates, this guy, just give him a Google. He's done nothing. So they're breaking down what radio's all about and a third mic and all that. I was an actual co-host of the show. I was the way I didn't go to broadcasting school like Aaron Imholt. I didn't do any of that. I was never an intern. I never had to get coffee. I just got discovered. I opened for Daniel Tosh at Hilarities, and the program director was like, would you ever consider being in radio? I'm like, yeah, man. I want to be like Artie and Jim Norton. And they gave me a fucking contract, 3-year contract with ridiculous money at the time. Benefits, company car, everything, endorsements. It was retarded, real money. Not like I had to pay to play like Steel Toe, like where I had to go sell radio ads to be on air. So if you really want to break it down, I was probably out of all of these guys, Steel Toe, Stuttering John, I made the most money out of all of them.
Thought that one day they were going to have the morning show is crazy.
These guys have not moved on. And
You haven't moved on. You're the one always bringing it up. You're the one who found the Alan Cox show clip and brought it to my attention. You're more obsessed with my radio career than I am. I was.
that's actually another parallel to Stuttering John, who when
Watch him twist it into a parallel to Stuttering John.
Howard was going to retire from Sirius, he's like, I should take over the show and be the host of the Howard Stern show on Sirius. So I'll keep Robin and Gary and Fred. It's like, you really think that? That's what you think? You think you're the Howard Stern? But you're right, though, Pat. All of these guys, I know I'm agreeing with you too much.
Yeah, that's the WATP show. You guys just laugh and agree. Laugh and agree. Laugh and agree. Right. Exactly. Right. Right. Here's the thing, Karl. Whatever you're going to twist here, which is going to be a lie. I never thought I was going to take over the show. I was just happy to be there. I was happy with what I was making, and towards the end, I was getting a little frustrated because Alan was being a cunt with the contract and everything, and me getting written up 10 times in 1 month from out of nowhere. That was a problem. So let's see you explain what I am and what Ryan Hoppe is.
All of these guys come on here and they go, I start off as the intern. I get the coffee real hot for people. Then I get on the third
Never did that. Never intern. Never got the coffee really hot for people.
mic, and eventually
Never went to broadcasting school.
my show. And it never works out that way. In order to make it in radio, you have to travel from market to market to market and continue to have bigger and bigger roles, starting in smaller markets and then larger markets. And then
Or you can just get discovered opening for Daniel Tosh and get a fucking ridiculous contract. You could just do it the way I did. Or, hey, you want a job in radio? Yeah. You want to make a lot of money? Yeah. I didn't go to smaller markets. I didn't do any of this.
that's how you
Ryan Hoppe didn't do this. Ryan got hired. His first radio gig was Rover's Morning Glory, like right out of the gate.
build a career. These guys get on one show and they think, oh, I'm good for the rest of my career in radio. And
It's because they believe
That's how I am.
the personality, but like,
That's
did
the
you
bad
ever
oak.
get talked to by somebody in management, in the offices, people that actually make the decisions? Because the guy on the mic just wants you to be a stupid piece of shit that he can shit on, and no one even knows you're on the show. Like, they don't really, like, they're not listening every day like you think they are.
right.
The way you're moving
Right,
up is when
right.
someone from management goes,
Right.
hey, can we sit down and talk about a future here? If you've never had that conversation, which neither of those guys have ever had,
Right.
you're not.
Pat Oates, you were the dumbest motherfucker I ever. Listen, you came at me, motherfucker. You were the dumbest dude ever. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about right now. You have no idea what you're talking about with management and this, that, and you just need to be a dumb fuck, and they don't know who you are. You're so dumb. You're so dumb. You have no idea what you're talking about. Here's the fact of the matter. If you really want to talk about the past, as the co-host of that show, I was ridiculously popular. I mean, you can even ask Ray to veto that. I had more endorsements than anyone at that station, including Rover. So you sound like a fucking idiot. You're just going to sit there. They didn't know who I was. No, they don't know who you are, Pat. We see the numbers. We see the views. No one knows who you are. That's your conversation.
Not even really hired. You're just the guy who's hosting Alan or whoever was just like, I need $50 to give this Chad guy. And they're like, who?
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. I need $50 to give this Chad guy. You're a dumb fuck, Pat Oates. You're a fucking retard. I got a salary, probably more money in radio than you've ever made your entire life. And whatever part-time radio gig you have, spinning the records, going up against it, hitting the post. $15 an hour. I know what those jobs pay. That's what you have. That's what you had. I had an actual radio salary contract. You're dumb. You're dumb. And Karl going, right, exactly. Makes him look dumb. You guys are dumb. Look at these know-it-alls, and they know nothing. Nothing.
Oh, like, I don't know. Does he get coffee? Maybe. Here's $50.
Does he get coffee? That's how I got hired. Does he get coffee?
Honestly, third mic on the afternoon drive show. I guess the next step would be doing overnights. Like, but you're the host. You know, that's what happened to Sam Roberts.
It's nothing like you're saying right now.
Is he was
Ryan Hoppe wasn't even the third mic. He was the phone screener.
as an intern, and then he was a producer on the Opie and Anthony, and then eventually
Karl's another guy who just listened to radio and watched all this stuff, and they think they're experts because they listen to Howard Stern and Opie and Anthony. So they think they know what it is and what it takes and what you should do. And meanwhile, you guys are dumb.
he got to do a late night show on the channel. And
Right.
now he's the morning DJ. But you don't go
If they
from
feel like investing in it. But
Right.
nowadays, radio's not hiring radio.
I love listening to non-radio guys talk about radio. It's fantastic because they're so dumb. They're so dumb. They just heard what other people have said before, and they try to regurgitate it as their own. It's fucking great. And the fact that you're talking to Pat Oates about this makes you look really, really dumb.
People, they're
Of course
hiring
not.
personalities and teaching them how to guard an iPod. That's why
Right.
people are mad at me when I got jobs at radio because I came in as a guest they liked. And they're like, oh, we want to teach you how to do radio. So down the road, maybe you're a morning show
Carl.
person. But now these guys like, we learn radio. It's
Agree. Even though he's completely wrong.
No one, that's not the world anymore. You have to be able to talk. You have to be able to be entertaining. We can teach you how to push.
Where are you going with this? This is like,
what's nuts about this is these are two bitter assholes who feel like they were slighted by their shows. And
Karl, I'm not bitter at all. I'm not. I would have eventually gotten fired anyway. It was fun while it lasted. You have no idea what you're talking about. Hoppe might still be bitter. I mean, they chewed him up and spit him out. He got kicked to the curb and he got fucked when he got fired. But again, you don't like me and I'm on this guy's show, so automatically you got to go to your fucking narrative and spin it about me as always. And it just doesn't work.
Chad has this flex.
And by the way, his show every day is live on YouTube.
Talking about Alan Cox, the show he used to be on that's still on the radio in Cleveland.
We know.
And by the way, his show every day is live on YouTube, and it's been live on YouTube for years.
Yeah.
He gets like 74 live views, and I get like 400.
Mm-hmm.
So more people are watching me than an actual terrestrial radio show. So I called them out.
Watch
because
this.
I'm like, but nobody gave a fuck.
Watch
Nobody cares.
this. Watch
He ended up
Karl
blocking
spin.
me on everything, which is so funny.
Couple things here. First off,
Here we go.
Alan Cox is not a YouTube show. Your show is. Do you think you
Right.
have more live listeners than Alan Cox does? You don't. They
I do.
put it on YouTube. They simulcast
I do.
it, but he's on the radio. He's on a frequency, FM frequency. That's what the
And
show
he's
is.
probably also on Twitch, and he's probably on 12 other places because they put it there. Why? To cut video.
All right. Couple of things, Karl. Couple of things. First of all, Pato, it's not on Twitch. It's not on anything but YouTube. They've been broadcasting on YouTube since 2013, desperately trying to get subscribers. I think they've got maybe 2,000 more subscribers on the YouTube page since I started it. 2,000 more. They broadcast every day, and they promote it every day. Every day.
On TikTok and Instagram to try to get young people to hear
Yes.
radio. They're only
Yes.
doing it for
Yes.
the clips because in radio
Yes.
they have to get the young people to go, why would I listen to this? We have to get a hot little thing to grab.
I mean, Pat Oates is dumb. He's just a dumb guy. He really is. And the way Karl's just agreeing with him, yes, you're right. You're right. It just makes him look dumb.
Them and go, this is the conversation, the fun thing. They don't care about it. That's just their secondary. They don't even know if there's views. They don't promote it. They don't go watch us on YouTube.
Right.
They don't say anything.
They do. They do. There's commercials for their YouTube. Watch us on YouTube. They do. Like I said, Bob and Tom are promoting their YouTube channel. They do. So you're lying again.
Of those
They
things
don't
at
want
all
you to
because
watch
they
it
don't
on
want you
YouTube.
to.
They want you to listen on FM where you hear the commercials.
Because
And
the
you-
cameras
they do.
aren't even set up well. They're not moving. They're
Right.
literally just tiny little cameras in front of each person there, camera one, camera two, whatever, and they hope to get a little clip video so they can pop up things in between. It's a young person who's working the boards trying to get people to go.
What are you talking about? A young person working the boards? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Pat Oates, you dumb fuck.
To the next mile to keep these 60-year-olds working till they're 70.
Correct.
The fact that Chad compares that, and again, we're not even talking about real numbers. They have 70 people watching. I have 400. That's the same. Chad, that's the same. You're not in show business.
I'm not in show business. Do you think this is show business? Karl, I'm coming off a 2-week run of sold out theaters and car service. That's show business. This isn't.
400 people watching live. And I don't understand why people are obsessed with live viewers anyway. We do live shows and we leave the video up, and then thousands and thousands of more people see it.
Thousands.
Chad takes all his videos down for some dumb reason. He's an idiot.
No, I'm very smart. It's members only content. And because of your fucking friends striking channels, I can't afford to lose my channel. That's why. So it's members only. Then I put it up on Patreon. I give them content for their buck. That's what you do. I'm not just leaving it out there recklessly so somebody can come by and strike the channel like Stuttering John has done to me 3 times.
Idiot.
And I'm not even shitting at it, but even Chad, when he goes on Brennan, the amount of, was it 1,000, whatever there was, 800, whatever the number is.
Yeah.
That's the amount of people that just turn off their radio to get their kids out of the car every 2 minutes to Alan
Yes.
Cox. And I'm not shitting on him.
No.
He just doesn't understand
Yes.
how many
Yes.
fucking people in a
Yes.
small area. The only reason why radio still works is because you can't do local shit on podcasts. Like Tom Meyer's trying to do.
You can. There's a local podcast back home that's huge. These guys do a sports show in Cleveland. It's fucking huge, you dumb fuck.
Local shit. On
It's called niche. I do a show called The Ray DeVito Show, and no one knows, and it's my biggest moneymaker. So you look dumb. You look really dumb.
it's fucking just podcast. You can't do it because it doesn't work.
Scorch
you listen for your traffic and you listen for your high school scores.
Right. Scorch is still trying to do a local show on YouTube. He's got all these local sponsors. And you see the same thing with Aaron Imholt and Steel Toe, local sponsors trying to do a local thing. It's like, yeah, stop doing that.
But it works for them. They make money doing it. And I never defend Steel Toe. He's a fucking idiot. But he's making it work. He still has Stoney's on board, the car towing company, the gun place.
My buddy Eric Zane does that. But stop doing that. You got to do
Eric Zane. What a fucking clown that guy is. First of all, talk about a radio hack. He has that radio fucking fake voice and the fake last name.
a show for everybody because you're going everywhere now.
I love Karl's always telling you how it is and how to do it. He's never wrong. I hate know-it-alls. I really do. They're the worst.
And so you want to
Yeah,
build as
I'm
big an
watching-
audience as possible.
I'm watching 300 miles away and I'm being told I can get a coupon to get wings somewhere in Minneapolis. Like, what the fuck's that? Like, what am I going to do with that?
If you ever need a tow in St. Cloud, Minnesota, like I don't. I never will.
No.
But thank you. I'm
I'll
glad to know about
myself
that.
if I need a tow
Right.
in St. Cloud, Minnesota.
And the other thing that Chad said there at the end of that clip is he goes, yeah, and I was reaching out to Alan Cox and telling him I have more views, and he blocked me.
Go back and watch that. I never said that, Karl. This is Karl. He just looks at it through his lens, spins it, lies, and sells it as is. This is what it is. This is what happened. Didn't happen, Karl. Go back and watch. What I said was, I did the show with the clip that you played on your show. I never reached out to Alan Cox. I haven't talked to Alan Cox in decades. Well, over a decade. I've never reached out to him. I don't email him. I don't contact him. I didn't say, yo, I got more views than you did, and he blocked me. No, he blocked me because he saw my stuff. He pays attention to what I do. He's like you, Karl. You guys act like you don't pay attention to me, but you know everything that's going on. He's the exact same guy as you. You lie. I don't pay attention to Chad. I don't pay attention to anything he's doing. I don't know. He's not on my radar. Yeah, I am.
This is the mentality of, and no offense to Ian Hawk, he's at the Ian
No offense to Ian Hawk.
Hawk level of trolling. It's like, Chad, you should be above this. You have a show.
Again, show me the clip where I said I contacted Alan Cox and said I had more views.
You claim to be this guy who's hung out with all these famous people and had a career. So
I claim to be this guy who hangs out with his
you'll have a career in comedy, and you're proud of being blocked by someone. That's what trolls do. They see it as a victory. Like, yeah, I fucked with him so much, he blocked me.
I never claimed that. You're so dumb. What a liar. Just a liar.
Cool. Neat, bro. It's another
A human being need to remove you from his life because you're annoying.
Another
That's not
win.
a prayer.
Pat Oates. Look at him ball wash, Karl. This is like honestly, if you go through Pat Oates' whole career, this is the most successful thing he's ever done is WATP. This is his biggest credit is WATP. Because nobody knows who this guy is. Nobody has him on. And he's a dumb fucking idiot.
Hey,
another win, buddy. Good job. Congrats on that. So the reason why Chad's on this guy's show is because this guy is getting into the dabbleverse.
But no, because Ryan Hoppe contacts me nonstop to do a show, and I didn't have any more excuses.
The new thing, and I've been talking about it, you can say, no pun intended, I've been dabbling in it, is commenting on this weird dabbleverse. And it's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen, because I'm not just saying this to kiss your ass because you're my friend, but you're definitely the most talented comedian. You and Kevin Brennan are pretty good, a part of this whole thing.
Karl hates hearing this.
But you got all these wannabe midlife crisis 55-year-olds that think they're funny, and it's pathetic.
55-year-old like Karl's mom wife? Whoa! Karl's wife can't have a period. That's a fact, Jack.
Dude, I don't even know how this all happened for me. I literally fell into it.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact.
I know how it felt.
Fact, on record, clip it, put it out there. Like Big J. Okerson, the Legion of Scam.
Yeah, they told me.
All these comics are watching Annie Lieberman.
They
They're all
told
watching
me.
what we're doing. And I don't even know how it happened.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I do know.
This is how it
How
happened.
did it happen?
It was a pile-on with Karl from Who Are These Podcasts.
Ugh.
And
Whoa. Did you hear that little reaction?
Yeah, Hoppe
This guy's-
doesn't like you.
This guy's like, oh, I'm all into the Dabbleverse. I can't stop talking about it, checking it out.
Watch Pat Oates ball wash Karl here coming up.
And then he brings up my name and he goes, ugh.
Yeah, Karl, people don't like you. I know. You do your best to tear other people down and try to change narratives. Like, Karl, how many times are you going to do my arrest record show? Huh? How many times is that going to happen? It doesn't work. They see right through it.
Okay. So Ryan Hoppe has a problem with me.
Yeah, because you suck, Karl. He sucks. This guy loves radio. He's been around radio forever. He knows he's like an encyclopedia of radio knowledge, and he thinks you suck. Sorry.
But not even that. Okay, even if it's say like he's a Chad fan, he's trying to be supportive
Watch Pat Oates. Listen to this.
and all that.
Yeah.
If I'm
Listen.
going to get into the Dabbleverse, so when people say to me, "Hey, I mentioned it, something. What is this?" I'm like, "Listen, it's too long to explain. It's stupid. You got to go check out this clip and this clip from Karl, and check this clip and this clip from Shuley,
Yep.
and then you'll kind of get an idea
Look at the ball wash.
if you're going to want to get involved in this or not." So even the shit on you is the only way to get into it. Is to you got to watch The New Hope if you're going to watch all the Star Wars. You
See, he's got to use a Star Wars analogy because the fucking dork Karl doesn't get
can't
it.
just start with the black
He's got to go Star Wars so Karl can get it.
kid one. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
Oh my God, it's so funny. I love how you used the Star Wars. You got to start with The New Hope. I love The New Hope. I like the Empire better. Jedi wasn't as good. Oh my God.
You got to get in there to understand if you're going to feel it out or not. So even like shit on that, he should know who you are if he's getting it. If not, he's only getting it from what Joey C and the Joey C
Right,
dancers.
good point.
They do. It's like
And he even says on there, he goes, the only people who are funny in this Dabbleverse, it's all 55-year-old guys who suck and they're not funny, but the only funny people are you and Brennan. And to that, I always ask when people say that Chad's funny, is he even trying to be funny on his show?
Yes, I just made fun of you. And I just did an impression with you. It was hilarious. Karl, explain where you're being funny right now because you're so analytical and breaking it down and telling you how this is how it is. Where's your comedy? I just made fun of you. I did an impression of you. That's funny. So where's your funny right now? Tell me where the funny is here. Let's watch them be funny.
Show. I don't watch it all that often, but every time I watch Chad on his show, he's not even trying to be funny.
I don't watch it all that often. Meanwhile, we're going to get to how much he watches
There's
it.
no attempts at jokes.
Oh, he always sounds angry.
He's just angry. He's just angry and he's being a little bitch.
Ooh, I'm being a little bit.
And then he's like, oh, I'm funny. And Karl's not funny.
Fact. That's fact, Jack. I am Karl. I am hilarious. Karl, I know this hurts because I call you out. Karl, I know you hate me and you don't like getting called out. You hate that I constantly talk shit about you and point out how you're a fucking liar and you're not funny and you're a sensitive bitch. Talk about you're the bitch, Karl. You are. I remember when you came on that show I had with Stuttering John that one time and you got the link from Shuley. I started doing an impression of you. You were visibly uncomfortable that I was doing that to you. I should go pull up that clip because you're just like, all right, whatever. It's not funny.
And the lies that come out of Chad's mouth. Listen to this.
Okay.
finally, it was so to the point where I was like, I got to say something. And
Where's
I just
the lie?
started beefing with him.
Yeah.
And honestly,
Yeah.
it put me in another stratosphere,
It did.
another income bracket where
It
like,
did.
I'm not joking. Like the revenue I generate from these losers is fan-fucking-tastic.
It is.
So he's explaining that when he got into the Dabbleverse, it changed his world, another income bracket into another stratosphere
Yeah.
of income. Now,
I never said stratosphere.
I just got an email from Chad
Okay, watch this. This is great. This is great. This is what I heard today on the plane.
bragging about the fact that he got $345 in Venmo payments, as if I was going to be upset that that much money was being exchanged between him and his listeners. That's not a lot of money.
I
The
For
fact
agree.
one
he's-
person or overall?
He got from overall, from
Watch.
all the different people who are
Watch.
donating to
Oh
him.
my
So
God, that's not good at all.
No, Karl. I'll read the email of exactly what it was. Karl did a hit piece on me last week where he went over my charges and arrest. You know, he's trying to like twist everyone like, hey, Chad's a piece of shit. Don't forget this. Remember when I did this before? I'm doing it again. So, and he says, oh, Chad's mad that we're not paying attention to him. So let's give him a little attention. So he thought people were going to like, oh, we hate Chad now because Karl's did this hit piece on him. So I told Karl in the email, I go, nice try, because you made me $350 because people don't like you. They literally Venmo'd. I didn't do a goddamn thing. You made the video, put it out there, and they just I got Venmos from Stu John. They're like, Karl's a piece of shit. He's garbage. His show's garbage. So I was bragging that you did a whole hit piece on me. I did nothing, and they sent me money. That's what I was bragging about. I wasn't bragging it was $350. I was bragging they sent me $350 because they don't like you. Literally, you were trying to change the narrative. You were trying to smear my name. You're trying to turn people against me, and it backfired. You blew it. So that's where that was coming from. I wasn't bragging that I made $350. I was bragging that they just sent it to me because they don't like you. So again, spin it. So who's the liar?
Oh, he met the goal.
He got $345. Imagine being 50 years old and thinking $345 is a lot of money. This is the guy who's just...
First of all, 49. Secondly, again, because they don't like you in your hit piece you did. I was laughing at you. I was like, it's not working, Karl. You could say I'm not funny to everybody all day long on your show. It does. People see through it. They see through it. They know you're not funny. They know I'm funny. They just do. And you've been doing this way longer than I have. And you had more support. You put your marketing major up. You learned how to market the show. You got in bed with Kumia. You got in bed with Karl. Everything was a great. You got in bed with those guys from Detroit. Everything was strategic on how to grow your thing and your brand. And you had no loyalty to anyone. None. And then you throw people under the bus. I'm bragging because I don't give a fuck. I told one of my biggest donors to go suck my dick, and I deleted him on Patreon. This guy gave me, I'm not joking. I went back to look just out of curiosity. I don't know where he went. He doesn't even watch Brennan anymore. He probably gave me close to $4,600 over the course of 2 years. And then he got real fucking weird with me. And I said, listen, I don't give a fuck. If you're going to be weird, I don't care how much money you give me. So I blocked him. But Karl would never do that.